Products go viral all the time in the skincare world, and today we're talking French pharmacy classics. Hello and welcome to Skincare Simplified. My name is Nipun. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing three creams: the Embryolisse, the Biafine, and the third one, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, this is the I Ialuset. These three creams went super viral in the last 6 to 8 months on TikTok, on Instagram, and I took a chance and tried each one of them, and today I'm going to give you a review. I have actually started a new series on my channel which is called the Skincerity Index. I'm going to be reviewing and rating these products based on my experience of the ingredients and how they performed on my skin. So let's get started. The first one I want to talk about is the Embryolisse, because this is the very first one that I tried, and this was the most interesting one for me. Why? Because this had a couple of benefits. People said you can use it as a cleanser, you can use it as a moisturizer, as a face mask, as a makeup primer. The claims to this one was super large. There were so many celebrity makeup artists on TikTok and on Instagram saying how they use it as a primer. So obviously I decided to give it a go. Now let me tell you how this works, but before that let me tell you about the ingredients. Now the key ingredient in this, except for water, is liquid paraffin, which is a fantastic ingredient when it comes to dry skin. In addition to that, two ingredients that are kind of important or they stand out is Aloe extract, and the next one is soy protein. Now these are some of the key ingredients. Other than that, this has a fragrance, a pretty strong one, but it's pleasant. Now when we look at this cream, the first way I tried it was as a cleanser. Now I tried to use it as a cleansing balm. Doesn't work because it doesn't emulsify with water, so it kind of sticks to your skin. Obviously you cannot use it as a face wash, you can't use it as your cleansing balm. The only way you can use this is on a cotton pad, or apply this all over your face and then clean it with a cotton pad or a washcloth or a tissue. And yes, it kind of does help get rid of your makeup, but it just does what other topical cleansers do. It moves your makeup, it doesn't remove your makeup. So this is just a quick fix if you really don't have your cleanser at hand, or if you're in a fix, yeah, you can definitely use this, but this is not a regular cleanser. Claim number 2, makeup primer. Well, yes, it works well as a makeup primer, but it works as well as any other cream would, so it's not like life-changing. Claim number 3, moisturizer. Now that claim is 100% correct, especially if you have normal to dry skin. This one works really well as a moisturizer. But my absolute favorite way of using this, and the one that I enjoyed the most, was to actually use it as a face mask. Use it on clean dry skin. I would apply a thick layer and then I would take it off with a warm washcloth or a cotton pad, and my skin would feel really supple. So that's how I've kind of emptied out this tube, because this works for me as a face mask for my dry skin. I think this would work on all skin types, but of course if your skin is oily, this is not really for you. Also, if you don't like fragrance, this one is not for you. Let's move on to the next one. And I was super excited about this because one of the French influencers that I follow swears by this. She uses this every night when she uses her retinoid or her actives, and she says that this doesn't cause any irritation, and this is the Biafine. Now let's look at the ingredients. Very similar to to the Embryolisse. This also has liquid paraffin as its key ingredient. In addition to that, there is squalene, there is avocado oil, which kind of gives this a nice buttery texture. The important thing to know is that when this cream was founded, it was actually founded for medical use. So this was actually used in dressings, it was used on wounds, it was used on rashes. Until date, if people, I've heard so, or I've read so, that if people actually have a small burn, or they get a rash or a mosquito bite, that's when they go in with the Biafine. Now I used it as a moisturizer after I used my actives, and the first thing that ticked me off is the fragrance. Now you need to know that I'm a person who doesn't mind fragrance in my skincare. I really don't, and the Embryolisse has fragrance too, and I didn't quite mind it, but this one was very strong, somewhere between a flowery lavender essential oil kind of a fragrance. So this one just kind of didn't get to me, it just got to me, and I didn't really like it. My skin, as the influencer said, didn't get irritated. There was no reaction. It was working well with my actives. Having said that, I just didn't enjoy it, right? I just found it too heavy, too oily, too whatever. And the next day, it didn't sort of have any positive impact on my skin. So I literally used this only for a week and then I just stopped using it. If you don't mind fragrance and if you have really dry skin, I would recommend the Biafine. Otherwise, you can actually skip it. But now let me tell you about the third one. And in the last 3 months, I'm actually on tube number 2. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. This is I Ialuset, 100 grams. This is the most powerful hyaluronic acid cream in the world. And that we get to know from the ingredients, because except for water, the key ingredient in this is sodium hyaluronate, which is hyaluronic acid. Now this is obviously a really pure, simple formulation. You've got water, you've got your hyaluronic acid. Other than that, you basically have preservatives and emollients. So it doesn't really have any other extra complicated ingredients. And I love this cream, which is why I have to tell you in detail about it. The reason this is so good, and I have never used anything like this before, it's a velvety whipped cream, and I'm going to show it to you here. So, you know, it's a velvety whipped cream, but it dries down completely matte. So when you're like done sort of massaging this into your skin, it will be matte, so matte that you would feel that you've not applied anything, which is why I can use this in the mornings, I can use this in the evenings. It does well with my sunscreen, doesn't make my skin oily, is actually a better makeup primer in my opinion than the Embryolisse. This is revolutionary. And as I've been using it over the last 3 months, I just feel that every time I use it, my skin the next day looks super plump, and that's perhaps because of the hyaluronic acid in it. Now let's come to the Skincerity Index. How do I rate these creams? This one is a good cream, but I really think it's a bit overrated. So I would literally give this a 7 on 10. This one, again, good cream, but there are so many others that are available. And for me, because of the very strong fragrance it has, the Biafine is at a 5 on 10. And this one, the one that I completely love, the I Ialuset, I would give this a 9 on 10 because it is so good. Now, if you enjoyed this video and if you want more product reviews, remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video if you like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.